Eric, climb!
Yes, that is what happened. There is no need to panic. No need at all. Let's watch the next sequence fight.
15 seconds. That is how long you have to process everything. Your new body, your new weapon, and your new purpose. If you're lucky and observant, you might get those down. Your body a robot. Your weapon a sword. Your purpose to fight. That is if you're optimistic. What's really going on here is that your body is gone, stripped from you, incinerated, disposed of like trash, garbage, if you will. The weapon you hold, worthless. It allows you to fight, which would be fine if fighting was what you were meant to do.
Victory. There is hope for this human yet.
Unfortunately, this isn't last spot standing. You weren't that lucky. No, your purpose here is to die.
Maybe we should keep this human after it dies. Now, let's delete it. Yes, you're right.
To die for the amusement of those who are looking down at you, talking about you like you aren't there,
Wow, the human won. I did not see that coming.
mocking you.
Nice. A swarm of sword robots. Bedfeller Hammer 3500.
Commentating on you, analyzing you, judging you, and waiting on you to finally fail for the last time so that the next one in line can take your place.
Defeat.
End of the line. We still have a line of humans waiting to spawn. All right.
The Clone Drone series is not only an incredible set of games, both of them, they are also scenarios that are frankly horrifying for the protagonists to go through, both presented through the guise of comedy and silliness. The horror in them is hidden, but it's hidden in plain sight, either through black comedy or through the more subtle story connotations. I've already covered the first game's endless mode and how horrific that would be to go through. To be honest, I'm surprised the bots allow humans to stay in the loading room for as long as they want. You'd think there would be a way to force them out. I have a feeling that if this was actually happening, most humans would spend a lot more time there, looking out at their recyclers, wondering just how long it will be before they're among the garbage being recycled. Looking at the trophy case, a shrine to the accomplishments of those who came before them, those who are now likely long gone despite their accomplishments. Looking at their clones, wondering if it's really them that's going to be in there, or just a cheap copy of their mind. Yeah, that's horrific and all, but it's not just the endless mode. The story mode even has a bit of that, showing the robots routinely committing atrocities on the human race and Earth as a whole. Amelia, as a character who somehow injected herself into the world, network, whatever these things use, had worked out a plan that led to the freedom and salvation of the human race, but to get there, who knows how many people she had to watch die before we even made it through the first act.
Finally, someone who can actually fight.
And for how long she had to watch her fellow humans get slaughtered. These humans, ranging from as young as 16 to as old as 92 as far as I know. These humans who would be convinced by the third round that their death is inevitable.
How will the human die? Analysis bot. Slaughtered by sword robots. A classic.
Their situation is hopeless.
Pathetic.
Their freedom, nothing more than a dream. And in the end, she doesn't even get to see that her plan worked out. She doesn't even know if the failsafe she installed in the protagonists was even functional. Of course, it was, and it is literally the only reason the invasion was able to be stopped. Said invasion, by the way, is absolutely terrifying. You're on Earth. Several space stations and colonies outside of the solar system have been attacked and destroyed without a trace. No mercy, no survivors, nothing left. Most attacked and destroyed in less than an hour. And then, suddenly, the perpetrators are here, in spades. They surround you. They outnumber you. They vastly outgun you. And if you fight, there is no chance you win. So, in a last-ditch effort, you reach out a hand. They accept. A diplomat is sent. They send one too. And you're introduced to their version of diplomacy.
Human ambassador. To the death cube. This seems like a good place to meet all the settlement kind. Haha! On the very first level! I guess this human was bad at diplomacy. Let's try every other human in existence.
This is played off as a gag in the game, but in context, that's f***ing horrific. If you're on Earth, you have no idea that there are two random humans that managed to hijack a ship and are now on an absolute warpath through the enemy fleet. All you know is that there are robots everywhere, and everyone is dying. We get a bit of an idea of the destruction caused when the new captain in charge at the end of the game says,
Humans, sorry about your major population centers, but enjoy this cool ship you have taken over.
But as horrific as that whole event is, fortunately I think the Earth turned out fine. Mostly thanks to the ship and the capabilities of reconstruction and construction in general that were shown throughout the game. Ships in the Clone Drone series are shown to be their own beings in and of themselves, having their own thoughts and feelings, and we get a full view of their capabilities in the spin-off game, Clone Drone and the Hyperdome. Though Hyperdome isn't nearly as horrific as its predecessor, its implications are no less tragic. To start, the reason for this whole place existing, the Captain, aka Todd Finkel. He's unique in the game, not only because he serves as the final boss and the main antagonist throughout the game, but he's also the only human in the entire planet. He was pretty much in the same boat as the protagonist in the first game, but apparently, he's just built different and didn't need Amelia, being able to hijack a ship all on his own and hyperwarping in an attempt to escape the Empire. Unfortunately, he crash-landed on a remote planet which was so uninhabitable that not even robots could survive it. Fortunately, the ship he hijacked, Numastar, came equipped with a couple of things. A force field that could keep out the worst of the environmental effects on the planet, the means to produce structures and more robots, and most of all, some kind of form of empathy. As such, it created Crash Loop, which served multiple purposes, one of them being to keep Todd from going insane from isolation, and another was as an SOS broadcast made in hopes that someone would find them and rescue them. The main beings born out of Crash Loop were the Loop Runners, who were a special kind of robot called a variant, getting that name from the fact that their personalities were pulled from the memories of multiple humans and mixed together. This was done to have the Loop Runners actually have personalities, as the regular robots, the Friendroids, do not have unique consciousnesses. These lengths Numastar went through would definitely succeed in keeping Todd from going mad in isolation, but that had the unintended effect of him instead going mad with power.
If you survive all that, then you will be worthy of getting slaughtered by my legion of clones.
Over time, he became a tyrant, and I can't blame him. He was taken from his home, his body was stripped from him, and he was turned into a gladiator who was only meant to die for nothing but the amusement of these things. Why would he see these things, as human as they may act, as anything but mindless drones? Robots sent to serve one purpose. Robots meant to serve him.
I crash loop in my Hyperdome and lose to me forever. That is your purpose. You must obey!
As a result, he began raising the stakes, deleting variants, basically killing them permanently. Though the only one we know of is Root Chris, it's more than likely that there are many others we've never heard about. For, as far as we know, thousands of runs. These Loop Runners were trapped on a planet they could never leave, forced to live with each other while being pit against each other in a game that became a literal battle of life or permanent death. Only ending when Blink came along and just destroyed everyone because they're the GOAT. Upon the Captain's defeat, he was isolated in order to protect the Loop Runners and punish him for his deletions. Whenever you fight him in the endgame, he's just being piloted by Numastar, practically now being used as a slave in the loops. Though he's not in danger of death anymore, I wouldn't say his position is any better off in the end. Especially considering the fact that the chances of rescue for him, Numastar, the Loop Runners, are all extremely slim. With the Crash Loop in reality only reaching around 6, maybe 7. A bleak reality for all, but at least it's not completely hopeless, as the Loop Runners seem to genuinely enjoy running loops and climbing the skyscraper. Maybe they're better off than I give them credit for, but they certainly are in a position I envy. Yeah, that's all I have. There's nothing much else to speak about. You know, these games aren't trying to be scary, they just have spooky undertones. What do you want? But apparently, oh wow.